Hello folks, this is Duncan at Free as an Eagle. Just a quick hi. I attempted to make a video yesterday, I think, and for some reason it went away and it didn't cut out on me partway through, so I'll try again. So yeah, a lot of progress lately, getting into the fun, detail-y stuff, which I like doing. Finished work and the like. Getting late in the day, it must be after 4. Sun's about to set, so I'm about to head home, but yeah, I've been doing a lot lately on little details. This is our little front porch. I've been tying in, I finally got the rest of the siding done yesterday, and then got the nice new door on. Didn't get to the hardware on that yet, but I did today get up and put a little piece of wood up in the very top of the ceiling, get that all closed up nicely, and then heading on in. See my bright little work light there. I got a whole box of these work lights, pretty cheap, so they're handy for doing work in here. Okay, so today I also put a nice little piece of wood in the ceiling here, and it was funny. I was trying to figure out what to do. I've got an elbow or a shoulder that's kind of bad, tore the rotator cuff a bit, so I've been having to do light duty, but I was thinking of what can I put up in there. Usually I put a piece of 2x8 with beveled edges, but that would have been pretty heavy. And then I'm like, wait a minute, I got a ton of log siding. I over-ordered on that. And if I just bevel the edges of a piece of log siding, we can make that work. So that's happy. And I got the wire pulled through for a little hanging light that will eventually get there. And I also added this green trim, kind of milled it out of scraps. An interesting principle with this kind of a build: don't throw anything away until you're done, because you never know what you'll use. Most of the trim in here is just byproducts of rips from other pieces of wood that needed to be trimmed down a little bit. So all this interior trim so far has been a pretty low budget operation. So that's the little porch, and it'll have some benches along this wall, and then some boot racks and various things along this wall, probably some shelves. So we come in, and of course I still got a mess in here. That's par for the course when you're working on things. Got my table saw out here. I actually hooked that up to a shop vac. It was kind of bulky to try to get in and out, and I didn't want to damage the new doors, so like now I'll try the shop vac program, and it actually is remarkably effective. Getting some dust, but not enough to make me choke to death. And on this end, I pre-made some pieces of green trim for the slider. I've got the the outside windows trimmed out, and the slider I've got to do next so I can put some siding in on the outside. Got my nice little wood stove fired away, starting to build a little inventory of wood in here so I can keep this place warm while I'm here working. And it actually throws enough heat to keep the place pretty comfortable. I don't know if that'll hold true at 20 below zero, but right now it is. And we'll take a look outside here, kind of get an evening view. It actually isn't a bad view. You know, the leaves are off and I can see the kind of the profile of the mountains. And if I turn around here, I've got the windows, got all those upper and mid-level windows waiting for trim, which I have the wood. I've got to rip it to specific sizes and then sand and paint it to get it ready to go in. I'm going to cheat and just run the green framing lumber up in there. And these windows are trimmed. I just got some paint on them today. Touch up some caulked areas, and the sliders, that's the trim I've been working on inside. And I did get another roll of this zip tape, which is great stuff. It's very, even in cold, it sticks to the wood. So I'll run that, a band of that across where the windows join the house, and that'll seal out water. And the final thing I'll mention is the well people called me up, and the well been installed. My septic's been installed, but I don't have that hooked up yet. But the well is hooked up, so they asked me if I'd flush it, run it a few hours a day for a few days to let the water clarify. It's getting a tiny bit better. It's only been a couple hours, but hopefully it does clarify so I don't need a lot of filtration. That would be very nice. We will see. Other than that, it's been a nice day. Just chipping away at the work. Supposed to be nice tomorrow. We're going to take a hiking day, and then Wednesday is supposed to be up to 56, which will be relatively like summer. We haven't had any warm weather in a few weeks. It's really been wintry. I skied Saturday which was kind of nice. First day open at Jiminy Peak nearby, so kind of went in there. Took one fall, which I regretted because I landed right on my bad shoulder. So I wasn't too happy. I could barely get up again, but I survived. Luckily it didn't re-injure the old injury too much. Caused a little bit of new injury, but a couple of ibuprofen in a couple of weeks it'll probably go away. So all good. All right, have a good evening, folks. We'll talk to you again soon.